Okay, this is Mari, and she's a young lady who's got a typical ranula in the left fore of mouth. And I show it to you because these ranulas tend to come in a youngish age group, and ideally you want to try and avoid taking the sublingual glands out. It's not an easy op, and the lingual nerve gets bumped occasionally in the submandibular duct, and actually it's quite a painful procedure. So this is a two-stage phenomenon. What we're going to do is numb her up today with a little bit of spray. We're going to aspirate the cyst, and then we'll see her tomorrow, and it should be just starting to fill again. And where it's filling, where the little lump of saliva is collecting, it tells us exactly where our leak is, and then we're going to put a suture in. So this is the suture technique to avoid taking the sublingual gland out. It's quite reliable. I'm getting results, good results, up into the 85–90% of cases we cure. So let's see the ranula. Here's our ranula, a nice small one. Now the thing I want to show you is that they pretty well all lie on the edge of the sublingual gland as it links to the tongue. They never exist here or adjacent to the bone. And it's almost as if the sublingual gland has been stretched and one of these ducts has then burst. Can you see? It's right on the edge of the sublingual gland. And so we want to know where we want to put a stitch. Okay, so the first bit is to produce this horrible spray in her mouth. That's some lignocaine spray, which will numb it up, and then I'm just going to aspirate that the extravasation cyst. Okay, so what we're going to do is just put this in. There it is, it's in. She's been a really good girl. You can see it going down, just emptying completely. And you can see it's not very painful at all. We just, as you say, we've just numbed this with the there we go, and I'm just going to give it a squeeze to make sure we get all the extra bit out. We didn't get very much out actually. Okay, here's this young lady who we aspirated her cyst yesterday, and can you see just here where it's starting to form this little blue dome? Let me turn it around again. This tiny blue dome just there. That tells us where the leak is. I'm afraid I bruised her a bit, so but she's been really good. So that's our leak. So we want to put a stitch around this area to seal that. So the intention yesterday was simply to find out where the leak is, and we've found it. It's just there. So now we'll put a black silk suture, and I'll show you how to do that. Probably put 2 or 3 just to make sure we've lassoed that area. Okay, so there's our little spot there. Now you don't have to put your first suture exactly where you want it, because you'll see. So we want to strangulate that area. So here's our first stitch going in. It's our little girl, she's fantastic. So there we go. Let's just put it through. And then I'll use that to hold the lesion up, and I'll show you what I mean. So your first one, so all I'm trying to do is strangulate that cyst. There we go. So I'm now going to be able to hold it on this and get a much better view. So for the second sutures. There we go. And when I lift it up, it stops me hitting any underlying problems. So that as I lift it up, I lift the sublingual gland away from structures down there like the duct and the nerve. And anyway, the duct and nerve are a little bit further across there. So there's our first one. It's all gone white now, and I'll put another stitch there in a second. Then you can see I can now put another stitch in here quite nicely. There we go. So that's exactly where I want it. So that's definitely the other side of where the little cyst was. And I might put one more, we'll see. If you want to do a mattress suture, then it's fine, no problems. Do a mattress suture. In fact, the logic is to actually do a mattress suture. It'd be better. Use black silk because they don't come out. White wool comes out. Black silk doesn't. And I'm going to be clever here and bring it back. Yep. Oop, did I hurt you there? Sorry. Shouldn't have, but maybe I did. There we go. That's my last one. There's a mattress suture put in. So I'm trying everything to get this strangulated. And I think what this is showing is that we've got a patient who's, I don't know, I'm just cutting a lip now, aren't I? Okay, pretty well done. That's it, you're done. How old are you?
13.
13, so it's very manageable. And that's, we're just going to leave it like that. Like that. That's it done.